about to feed them to the sharks right now. Get them hype right now. Yeah. You know the ground is up. Yeah. Everybody that trains, you know the game. Yeah. So let's get it. Slap it up, bump it, and roll. Hey. Yeah, that's the way that it goes. Ain't no better way to better yourself in this game. You're feeling the growth. That's time on the mat. We put in the work. Believe it ain't easy, I know. But we train for the love of the game, the love of the art. Now slap it up, bump it, let's roll.
Welcome to episode 88 of the BJJ Campaign podcast. My name is Jeff Boone. I'm an A3 blue belt, 4 stripes.
That's what it came from. Phil Kors, A2, blue belt, 3 stripes. Jeff just messed up the introduction for the first time in a year and a half, so the retake made me laugh.
Through the miracle of editing, the only thing we've ever edited in this podcast, we were able to restart. So Philly, welcome to this week in the BJJ Campaign podcast, and we're going to be talking about a couple things today.
Emergency podcast, because there's an update.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Jeff's doing pans.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Phil talked me into doing pans.
How did I talk you into it?
I mean, as anything, it's kind of a slow burn, right? You didn't really talk me into it.
I think I sold it to you.
No, your selling points were terrible. You're a terrible salesperson.
No, it was really good.
I sold it to myself, Phil.
Well, I feel like it was me, but...
I mean, you going obviously was the reason I was like, man, I can't let you go down there alone. You know?
I'm always going to be there to give me technical advice.
She's going to be in your corner. Cornernia. The Molly, who Phil is referencing, is his longtime girlfriend and 2-stripe white belt. A BJJ success story of getting someone to join. But no, I just, I don't know. It was one of those things where I was like, I started thinking about it and I was going, you know what? I kind of was bullshitting myself if I didn't do it, because as you pointed out in the New Year's resolution,
I think that was the one Brian told me to listen to, or said, like, he listened to it and he liked it. And I was like, I don't remember listening to that at all. So in it, you're talking about how you're going to do this and that. Mm-hmm. And I think it's funny sometimes, every once in a while, to bring up that when you say you're going to do something and then you violently refuse to do it later.
Are you talking about like doubling down on the fundamentals like I've done all year?
No, I didn't bring that up. You brought that up. What I was bringing up was how in that episode you said you're going to compete way more this year, and then we had a better opportunity with it being in Orlando versus like West Coast, especially for me and my traveling. I'm annoying to travel with. So like this is way easier, and I felt like you were backing out for no real good reason. So
I wasn't backing out. We hadn't planned on doing this. We planned on doing.
I mentally committed you, and then you backed out. So that's you backed out as far as I'm concerned. And so I played for you the part where you were talking about competing way more this year.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to
One of the convenient things about the podcast, though, is every once in a while you can remember. I think we talked about that, and if I can make him listen to himself say it.
First off, I don't remember what we talk about like 2 hours after we're done with this.
I agree.
Second, it is a good, let's say, testament to what has been said, because it's irrefutable. I mean, obviously we're wrong a lot, but we can't deny what was said in the past. Number 3, I'm going to backtrack on your being a terrible traveler and go back to the first year we did Origin Immersion Jiu-Jitsu Camp. And ladies and gentlemen, just picture this in your head. Phil, a young, spry, 29-year-old had you ever been on a flight in your life?
Yeah. Do you remember that I had to go like get my license like 3 days before we left?
That's right. You did.
Yeah.
First off, you kind of have to have your license to fly.
Yeah, because mine was going to expire.
Yeah.
I've had it for a long time. I never needed it.
And you would have been able to get on the flight out there, but not on the flight back.
I think
right?
so.
Yeah,
I think so.
So that would have been a disaster.
Yeah.
So glad you did that. That was very good.
Took like 4 hours at the DMV.
Yeah. I mean, it's your own fault, Phil.
Yeah.
Should have had it done beforehand.
Yeah, probably.
So then on the way to the airport, I can just tell he's a bundle of nerves the whole time.
It's not good.
Not good. Bathroom stops, everything. And by the way, the airport's only 25 minutes from the house, so it's not that like it's that far. And so we get there, and Phil has to have the itinerary exactly of what we're going to do. And I, on the other hand, don't really give a shit about anything because I know we're going from here to there, and then we get a car, and then we go from there to another place. Mm-hmm. It's just like whenever you pick up your phone and you just say, I want to go here.
Yeah.
It takes you there.
Right.
Right? So that's what I do. That's my travel.
What if the pilot needed help?
then we're in way more trouble if you've got to help him than not having an itinerary.
Yeah.
And so when we get there, he's like, how do we get the rental car? That's not a question. You go to the rental car place. That's how you get a rental car.
Yeah.
It's already reserved.
I've never flown anywhere and not had somebody there ready to pick me up. You know what I mean?
So what you're saying is you're kind of a prima donna in the whole luxury travel.
Usually a family member is already where I had flown.
Yeah, well, we don't have any family members in Maine that I know of.
Right.
So you kind of have to make your own way.
Yeah. That was new.
And then after that, obviously we get there and back fine, right, Phil? Mm-hmm. No hiccups. Like I think our flight was early.
No, the first time I think we had to switch planes, didn't we? Or was that last year?
Was that last year we had to switch planes?
There was a weather strip missing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Like,
that's how much I remember about traveling. I don't remember any of this stuff. It's just a means to an end for me. Mm-hmm. It's what I did for years, traveling in airports every week. So I don't really even think about it. Your mind goes crazy on that stuff.
Yeah.
And then, so I will say this though, it was slightly better the second year because we saw Jen and Jack in the airport. Mm-hmm. Although Jack did say you were very standoffish that second year.
Yeah.
Because of your nerves.
Yeah.
And
I'm not going to be happy there.
Your cold nature.
I feel like once we were on the plane, it was okay.
Oh no. I mean, I believe Jack. He said you were very cold to him. So
that was in the airport. We weren't on the plane yet. I feel like once I got on the plane, I feel like I'm okay.
He'll never get over that. You've scarred him.
Don't care.
So you were much better that second. Like you're not nervous. I could tell you were like nervous that we weren't going to make it to camp at one point in time.
You think so? I don't remember that.
I feel like you were.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it's like to travel with Phil. That's just for the audience primer. Now
imagine Las Vegas.
Oh, that would. Yeah, Las Vegas is easy to travel into.
That's what you said. You said it wasn't much more than Orlando.
No,
but the thing is, though, it's so much farther. So, like, you just have to understand that's how my brain works. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it really is. And then there's time adjustments. Like, that's going to be a nightmare for me.
Your phone does that. You look at your phone. That's what time it is.
Have you seen like the way my body acts? Then that's going to be
that
in my
might
head.
Really put a shock to your system. That'd be good. Might be a good shot.
So. I think it would be so bad for me mentally. I think I'd be fucking.
Of course, it would be bad for you mentally because now you're thinking of it in a negative way.
That's how
you control
it works.
your outlook.
Yes.
And your effort. Mm-hmm. Your outlook is poor on travel. Is what I'm saying.
Strong effort, though. Very heavy on the effort.
You're very heavy on effort.
Yeah. Effort and determination. Those I have.
So I know we're going all across the board, but that's one of my favorite things that you've ever said about someone. They're like, "Yeah, you rolled with him. How was that?" You were like, he was very heavy on the effort." Oh, that's funny. So back to Pans.
What made you want to do it? I had a lot of coffee.
I thought it was going to be a missed opportunity. It's that FOMO, fear of missing out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like this is the only chance I'm going to have to do pans when I'm a blue belt. Well, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I think it was just fear of missing out and just wanting to share that experience with you, and not, that was it. Fear of missing out. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't care about it. I don't care about the competition. I don't, I think it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be such a good learning opportunity.
Yeah,
I think either handling pressure or losing and learning something. There's no, like, I'm gonna be so probably nervous for it that's gonna be like the biggest test of like how I can really handle pressure, because it's big deal or not, in my head it's gonna be a big deal. On that day, it's gonna be a big deal.
But see, I feel the opposite. I feel like I'm gonna, when we signed up, I was excited about signing up. I wasn't like my gut wasn't going, oh God, we're doing this. We're really doing it. Like, I was like, this is going to be awesome.
I agree.
And like when I get there, I think the experience is going to be awesome. I think it's going to be, I'm just looking forward to like, I'm fanboying it out, like do you think I'm not going up to Rafael Lovato Jr. whenever I see him and be like, hey, can I take a picture, dude? Snap. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm going to be a big time fanboy when I'm there, and
I'm pretty sure he'll come up and ask for your picture.
Possibly. I mean, we're kind of a big deal on this internet podcast thing. Not really, folks. But yeah, man, I think that like, for me, it's an opportunity to showcase the culmination of work that I've done to this point. And if that means I go out and lose the first match in 30 seconds, I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm fine with it. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I certainly don't. I think I'm well prepared. I think we've been doing everything that we can to prepare for this. And I think that's why, like, when I think about it, I get excited and not nervous.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know I'm going to be nervous on that day, but I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, 100%. Yeah, of course you're going to be nervous on that day.
I'm not like, I don't think there's a whole lot more I could be doing to prepare for it, or could have done even throughout the entirety of the year. I don't think there's that much more I could have done. There's always more you could do or could do better, but I'm pretty happy with the work I've put in so far this year. So I feel good about that. It's not like one of those things where I'm like, I should have done this or that over a long period of time. There's obviously always things I could do better, but so I don't feel anxious about that. But I agree with you. I was excited to sign up. I was excited when I read it was going to be happening. I was excited when I read it was going to be only a couple hours away, either driving or flying.
Well, it's 8 hours away for driving, 9, something like that.
Yeah.
But we're not driving.
No, but if I was going by myself or something, that it would have been, like, I don't know how long does it take to drive to Las Vegas? Not really.
I have no idea. I would never drive to Las Vegas.
So that's not really an option. But like this one, even if I had to go by myself kind of thing, was happening. I was excited about it.
Yeah.
But on the day of, I'm obviously.
No, I mean, that's, folks, by no means take that as I'm not going to be nervous that day, because I am 100%. I mean, that's just one of the things that you have to deal with. And it's kind of exciting, but those nerves are not going to be from my fear of lack of preparation.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah.
like that, like whatever is, I know I'm, if I gas, it's going to be my own fault. It's not going to be my preparation fault, because I've done enough rounds. I've got the cardio for it. If I gas, it's going to be because I was inefficient in my use of energy. So yeah, I mean, I'll be nervous that day. I'll be nervous as hell that day. But you know what? That's part of the fun of it. It's part of the excitement of it, I think.
I'm afraid I'm going to go before you, and you're going to mentally gas watching whatever the hell I try to do. Yeah. That's way more stressful as watching the other person.
It is stressful watching you.
So much worse watching other people.
So much worse. Agreed. You will go before me.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, I'm sure they'll do it in
We're
your
both-
Masters 1, I'm Masters 4.
Yeah.
You're 160,
154 and change.
154 and change with the gi on?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you weigh now? The gi weighs about 4.5 pounds.
I don't think it weighs 4.5 pounds.
It does. I weighed it the other day. The one
really?
John
Okay.
did. Yeah.
I weigh 155-ish.
Oh, okay. You'll be fine.
Yeah. My other option is 170.
That is not an option.
So not really an option.
Not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not an option. Okay. Well,
I didn't think I could pack on that much in a month.
No.
Or 2 years.
we
so.
can get you some Mexican supplements. Pack on 20 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, I don't think that one's going to happen.
I, on the other hand, am underweight with the gi also anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah, no, there's mornings I wake up and I'm 152.
Yeah. No, it'll be
I'm-
fine.
It fluctuates. I'm in that range. It's not like I have to put a lot of effort into cutting any weight. No cookies for the 3 days before the competition.
That's a good move. No, but excited about the travel down there. Excited about the experience. Excited that hopefully we'll see people that we saw at Origin Camp. I know
We'll see a few, yeah.
David's going down there. AJ, obviously.
I think they'll both be competing the day after us, unfortunately, though.
Are they purple belt?
think
Yeah,
so.
purple belt is
Masters
Saturday.
Purples the day after.
Okay, so that's Saturday. I wonder how stringent they're going to be on
I don't
that,
know.
letting us go in. Because I'm going to listen. I'm going to try to talk my way in.
I know.
I wonder if we can get a press pass. Podcast press pass.
It's a solid idea.
That is writing that down, Phil. And it's going to be your assignment, by the way.
Oof. I do have the sales pitches. I got you to do pans.
You did. You did. So yeah, that'd be good if we get a press pass. Then we might be able to we got to get questions ready for whenever we go there for all the people we're going to meet. And we got to figure out like a handheld recording device, not our phones, because that was disastrous.
I'm sure it's still the phone. You just got to figure out how to do it.
All right.
But yeah,
Right.
this isn't
You're probably right.
this isn't very mobile.
No, this intricate setup that we have here, it's not that intricate, folks. But it isn't very mobile. So anyway, yeah, anything else about pans? I'm excited. That's all.
They moved the other competition we were going to do, so you won't be competing beforehand.
Yeah, I don't
And
care
I'll
about
be
that.
on the one. So
I mean, that
that's
would have
kind
been
of a
nice
bummer,
to get a
but
tune up. And
that's what I wanted. Yeah.
I think the guy that I was going to compete against is going to be at Pans. No?
That's the Huntersville one for me.
Oh, I thought the one guy I was competing against was going to be
You didn't have anybody. I didn't have anybody.
you. I thought I had one person.
Not in your division.
Oh,
They were like close,
oh,
but younger, I think.
younger.
Either younger or lighter than you. I don't remember.
Either way, I'm fine with it because they'll have to come up. I won't go down.
Yeah. But I think they moved it because they didn't really have a lot of people signed up. Neither of us had like a straight person, either gi or no gi.
That's a bummer.
So I'm sure that's why they moved it. But
I'm not really concerned. It wouldn't have served anything. I broke my pinky finger Wednesday, so that'll give it a little more time to heal and be easy on it. So no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be fine. Next, I sent you a podcast the other day, right? I mean, shocker. I listened to the BJJ podcast, and this was the BJJ Mental Models with Matt and Steve Kwan.
Mm-hmm.
Both black belts out of Canada, I think British Columbia. I think that's where they are. And also before I go on to that, I think Mateus Dennis is Marcelo Garcia black belt, not a Galvao black belt. The one going up against Gordon Ryan next.
okay.
Just wanted to correct that from last time.
Oh, I don't even remember you said that.
Yeah. So BJJ mental models, and it was actually funny because they were going over the attacking the open guard seated position instructional, and I think it was Steve who'd done it, and he said it really changed his game, and they were kind of putting that in their new mental models and in their kind of library of really concepts, because what they really go through is concepts and not individual moves, even though they do talk about them. But it was really nice that they recapped that whole. I kind of pieced a little bit more of what we digested together after they summarized it.
Yeah, they had a good like review of it, like a broad review without getting super technical. But I did notice like really early on why you like this podcast so much, because they just were giving you the old left hand, left foot, right hand, right foot, and then you do this, and then the right foot goes behind their left foot, and I'm like, no wonder Jeff loves this podcast. Like,
exactly,
he's getting a play-by-play in his head, and I'm just lost. I have no idea what they're talking about.
And it was driving me crazy because he was going. They were saying harassing with the feet, but I can't remember what he called it. I was like,
they said it.
Well, they said Tewaza. They didn't say Ashiwaza. Did they say Ashiwaza?
He said it at one point. He's like, it's similar to the Ashiwaza.
Yeah, because it was Ashiwaza and Tewaza. I was like, come on, man, just say it.
He said it at one point. I think he did.
He did say Koichi too.
Yeah.
Or Kuchi, as we like to call it.
Yeah. Double. And, but they only say Kazushi like once or twice. So
That's
kind of
invalidated.
Kind of makes it seem like they don't know what's going on. I don't know.
They weren't constant Kazushi.
Kazushi needed to be brought up constantly. Yeah. No, but I did enjoy the review of it. I thought it was pretty good. But it always goes back to the same things that helped me when I was watching Marcelo talk about do what you want to do and don't let them do what they want to do. If you're letting them, you don't want to be reacting, basically, which is how Gordon kind of presents the whole game plan in that thing, which I thought was good.
And I think that's one of the reasons his game works so well. And he is expending less energy than his opponents at all times. Mm-hmm. I mean, it seems to me like, and like Marcelo said too, I would rather be going in the aggressor the whole time and pushing the pace on my game rather than reacting to their game, because I know my cardio limits on my game, and it's going to be after theirs, which I thought that was something that really stuck in my mind about that. Do you remember that?
Which one said that?
Marcelo,
Yeah.
when Marcelo was going, talking about the tournament stuff and talking about imposing his game, and just they were talking about, well, it was always constant pressure. How did you have the cardio? And he explained to them that cardio in his game, he knew what his threshold was. And whenever someone was defending his game, he knew that they were expending more energy than he was, right? So he knew that they were going to run out of energy before he was. And I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah. No, I think that's the same video I'm thinking of. Where
I think so.
The importance of going, like, he talks about that a lot. The importance of being
first.
Me, I break it down like, do what you want to do. Don't let him do what he wants to do. Which was always good for myself because I had such a hard time going first. Like, I would always want to see what people were going to do and be reactionary or counter what they're doing, which has its place. But like, I don't think that's a good long-term strategy, especially for competition with a time limit. You know, like it's
it's not a good competition strategy. It might be a good strategy in training whenever you're working specific stuff.
There's a lot of times with like bigger people where I will wait and I need them to be a little not fresh for me to try to do anything. Otherwise, it's just like a push-pull game that I never win.
Sure.
But that doesn't transfer to a 5-minute match.
Right.
So I can't let that carry over. So what he was saying helped change my approach. And that was what changed in the last competition, I think back in February, where instead of like looking for a submission really fast or like the first thing, which for me usually is something with a collar, so then I burn grips out, it was more about just trying to run up a score if I can of a takedown, a guard pass amount to the back, hopefully, but that didn't transpire.
Yeah, it will next time. No, I think that's a good point. What else about the?
They mentioned at one point the like overall improvements. They had a couple names. The Danaher one is the one I remember because I don't know who the other ones are. People who aren't very athletic or have the injuries that end up thinking differently or approaching differently jiu-jitsu, and everybody who's had that, we've mentioned before, people always tell us, but like the injuries can actually help your game because they make you think about it differently, and you don't rely on physical attributes or whatever. So they mentioned how those people tend to change how people look at stuff because they have to look at it differently, and I thought that was good. But they also talked about the people who have high levels of success that aren't like, they don't just pick it up right away. And they even said Gordon had struggled for a long time until everything started to click or whatever. And then he made me laugh because it's how it's like what I feel like I do, where it's like you embrace kind of being stupid about it, which is what I've always done. Like, it's still so fun to me that I don't care that like it didn't all click. I'll just keep Rhino Guard ramming my head through the wall. Eventually something starts to click and I put together the couple things I like. And I don't know, I think I always tend to grab, like, I like to try a bunch of different stuff, and then I always seem to go back into dumbing it down and making it as simple as possible.
Yeah, you throw a lot of stuff against the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good way to learn. I mean, and in that, you're going to be interested in that position that sticks, and then you're going to find out about more positions because you're going to delve deeper into that one position. And as far as Gordon Ryan having trouble learning, I think he's always been someone who thinks about every aspect of it. So I think in a lot the same manner as you do on about jiu-jitsu, that you have ideas, right or wrong, you're going to explore fully. And I think that's what he did, and I think that's a better way to learn. Honestly, I think that natural curiosity of kind of show me is what makes everything stick and make you a good learner, even though you don't feel like you're a good learner. You know what I mean?
I think so.
And by the way, Gordon Ryan was passing Tom DeBlass's guard and submitting him when he was a purple belt, so he was pretty good then too. You know, I mean, that was, you know, that I get whenever you say, because look, Gordon Ryan spends 10, 12 hours on the mats a day, right? That's how many years of experience in 1 year. That's even if you did an hour a day, that's 10 years of experience in 1 year, even though you can't equate the timing of that to everything, but still that's a ton of time. And I'm sure of that other waking 4 or 5 hours that they were thinking and talking about jiu-jitsu the whole time as well, or at least most of the time. So yeah, I thought that was interesting too. I also liked, you know, one of the other reasons I sent it to you was we kind of had this discussion last week, but it was about having confidence.
Yeah, they said they were going to look at that, and I think there's a lot to that, because it's like in any sort of competition or whatever, there's only two people. Like, there's only so many things that could happen, and I feel like, not to say an inexperienced person is ever going to beat the experienced person, especially in jiu-jitsu when it's not like the puncher's chance kind of expressions or whatever like that, but like, there's still only so much stuff that really is going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm wording that in a way that makes sense. So confidence, I think, in trying to do what you're going to do, they're only going to have the X amount of reactions, most likely, you know? So it's like, if you go in and you try to do the things that you've been working on and trying to figure out how people are going to react, if you can narrow down those things that are going to happen, especially into what you're trying to do, and you do it with the confidence, I think you make it, like, you hear, one expression that always confused me in sports, like, you'd see like the best team play the worst team, and then or like the best teams can beat all the best teams and they'll struggle with the worst team, and they're saying they're playing to the level of competition.
Yeah.
You know, and that, I feel like that exists, and confidence can help that, you know, bottom team or momentum exists in sports, you know, where a team starts to make a comeback, and that comes back to confidence. The momentum's built off the confidence of the little bit of a rally or whatever you want to call it. If you can start with that and keep it, I think it goes a long way.
Yeah,
I'd be
100%.
curious to see what they say about it.
100%. And I'm going to take the opposite side of that coin too, which is if you have confidence in your defense, right? Like, no matter what situation that you get in, if you have confidence, in defending the back or the worst positions that you can be in, it makes your game so much more free, and it yeah, okay, you might lose on points or whatever, but to have that confidence is reassuring to enable you to open up whenever you have to, whenever it's 2 minutes left and the score is 0-0 or 2-2. It gives you that confidence to say, all right, I got to go. Even if I'm put in a bad position, I know how to get out of that position. I know how to defend that position. And then I'm going to have another opportunity to go after that, for the submission, and having that confidence to say, all right, all it's going to take is a submission, even if you are way behind on points. Those are the types of things that I think are really important. I think it's one of the great things whenever we travel, we train with those upper belts who are so much better than us and put us in those bad positions to really give us an opportunity, and they do give us opportunities to work out of those positions and figure them out. So I think that's a whole other side of the coin of confidence, confidence in not being submitted.
Yeah.
So who's the latest matchup that it's been divulged that Gordon Ryan's going to go against?
The guy you said.
Galvao.
That was known like a year and a half ago, wasn't it?
No. They said at ADCC that if Galvao would take the super fight, that would be 2 years from last year, obviously, that Gordon Ryan would do it. And he's also said he's going to do that. But also he's put up $1 million of his cash versus $500,000 of Galvao's cash.
Yeah.
To do it.
Is that not for ADCC? Or is it for ADCC?
I don't know. I thought it was before then. Is it not before then?
I would have assumed it was for that super fight. But maybe it's not.
Maybe it is. But they just announced, like it was on social media, on Instagram and stuff, that Galvao said yes to it. Maybe it is the ADCC. That'd be cool still. I mean, that's a year away, right? Well, 220, right? 21.
It's next year.
Yeah, June. Is it June?
I don't know when. I just know
June
it's an
something.
odd year.
Okay. Yeah. No, that'd be great. It'd be great. But I would have figured Galvao would want it to be as soon as possible, so he didn't learn much more. I don't know.
Is that what you're going off the trash talk video he sent or Jerry posted?
No. Did
you watch it?
No.
You didn't watch it? Or yeah, he posted the video because Gordon Ryan made fun of somebody losing to the same submission twice.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about Felipe Pena whenever he was
he
brown
defended
belt.
something. Yeah, and he lost the same way to the same guy twice.
Yeah, when he was a brown belt.
What's that have to do with anything? You just said when he was a purple belt.
Years ago.
You said when he was a purple belt.
Years
ago.
ago.
Tom DeBlas.
Years ago. How much more does he know now than he knows?
What does that have to do with anything?
Everything. What are you talking about? It has everything to do with it. I think his latest match with Felipe Pena was like 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago.
Okay.
Irrelevant. He's got over 50 victories in a row now.
Yeah.
Irrelevant.
He lost the same way twice in a row.
Okay. Well, I mean, you say tomato, I say tomato, Phil.
Okay.
Happens. He's not going to lose that way again, I can promise you.
You don't think so?
Not to Pena. He's not going to lose to Pena or Galvao.
I thought it was cool he's going to do ADCC in the super fight.
Anyone who said, listen, there's a lot of Gordon Ryan haters out there. I'm not one of them, obviously. But everyone who says, oh yeah, Galvao's going to beat him. I was like, I'll give you the same bet, 2-1. None of them would come up with any cash whenever I say that.
Who'd you say that to?
I'm not going to say his name on the air, but Joey Plyler would not put his money on where his mouth was.
Okay. I don't see. I don't think Gordon's going to lose anytime soon, but he will eventually. Just don't know to who.
Maybe to his brother.
I feel like you don't know the guy who's going to beat him right now.
Oh no, I don't think so either.
I don't think
he's not out there yet.
I don't think the current person.
He's not out there yet. It's not a Kyle Bohm. It's not a Tex Williams. It's not Rafael Lovato Jr. It's not any of those people.
Yeah, I think it's that. I think it's that next generation or whatever. But I don't know. Like if he really spends 10 to 12 hours a day on the mat every day.
I don't even think it's the Rutolos either. I don't think they're going to have big enough frames for him. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. And if he's still training like that. I mean,
what was it Danaher said that his prime won't be, he's 25 now and he won't be in his prime until he's 35. You imagine that?
like technically, yeah. I mean, it's not like he's going to get bigger.
Right.
So, I mean, at some point you just start. I would imagine at some point you stop trying to get stronger or like bigger, and he's going to lift to either maintain weight or whatever. Cause I know he's mentioned a lot of times he has issues with like feeling like he's going to puke a lot when he eats.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he has to struggle a little bit to maintain the size he is.
He does.
But I mean, at some point when you're already technically better than everybody and you're just going to keep, I don't know how people spend 10 or 12 hours a day on the mat. Like, I don't know where that comes in. That's a long time.
Have to be a lot of flowing. That's for sure. I mean, and you think about
but
it.
Like, I really don't understand how that time can come in. I mean, I can understand if you're then, because I know he talks about like his newest DVD now is about how important DVDs are. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, of course.
The mind training, or whatever he calls it, brainwashing. So I noticed that. So I would assume that's probably factored into that 10 to 12. But like,
oh, for sure it is.
Like, that's a lot of time.
Well, and you think about it, like what he says is like, they'll do tape study as well. I mean, that's mat time. I guess it's not
when you have
mat
like,
time.
There's a realistic chance there's 50 people you're gonna go against. I think tape study's probably smart.
Yeah, for sure. And so his newest instructional out is open guard, supine guard, right? Mm-hmm. Attacking the open guard, supine guard. Again, if for those people who didn't get the top tip the first time, if you put it in your wanted to buy into your cart and then you leave it there, in less than 8 hours, you'll have a coupon code in your hot little hand from your email. Not yet. Not yet. I was thinking about it though.
I don't know when I'm going to get to it. So
I don't either.
I feel like they're going to have a sale the next holiday. They just did one.
Yeah,
they did the holiday weekend, and then it comes out Tuesday. Like as soon as the holiday's over, so they get everybody to buy it.
35% off on Monday.
Yeah,
and then come out with it Tuesday. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very slick, BJJ fanatics.
But he's gonna do the ADCC bracket too.
His weight,
but he can't do absolute. They said so.
Correct. If he's going to do the super fight, he can't do absolute. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait. I think it'll be great.
Yeah. Same.
My prediction, submits Galval, rear naked choke.
Nope.
What's yours?
I don't know, but it ain't going to be rear naked choke. You already made that DVD.
Oh, that's a good point, Phil. Ooh, we got to put some thought into that then. I'm going to hold off on my prediction.
It's probably going to be an armbar because Galval's a lot bigger, isn't he?
Yeah.
I bet he goes for an armbar. Because if you can prove he beats Galval, who's bigger than him, with a move that doesn't work on big people, or is harder to do on big people, I think that would be his best selling.
You're brilliant, Phil. That's brilliant thought. I think you're right. Changing my prediction, folks. Gordon Ryan, armbar. Unless the instructional comes out beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I would see where the instructionals are.
Yeah.
Because he did, I don't know, he did that triangle to armbar on the wrestler.
Yeah, Bo Nickel.
I've never watched his closed guard one, but I bet that's probably already covered in there.
I'm sure it is.
So I would wonder, but I know like Danaher did the triangles and armbar ones. So I would assume he's going to come out with like an armbar thing similar to John's.
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. Once again, I think we're just going to push this next topic off for the next time. I don't really want to talk about it.
All right.
You okay with that?
Yeah. I was going to make the joke that we'll let it go.
What?
Yeah. No, I don't really. That is what it is. I don't care.
Okay. A little teaser for next episode or the one after that.
Yeah,
because it's always going to be the.
Yeah.
It may not. Anything else, Philly? Anything else you're excited about? Anything outside of jiu-jitsu you're excited about? No, we're not going to talk about that. Never mind. No?
No.
Well, tell the folks, if they choose to, how they can support us.
Share the podcast with your friends.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Send it to them. There's those 3 little dots, ... Just press on those.
Is it the arrow?
Share. You can at every, even if you're listening to us, there's those 3 little dots. If you tap on those 3 little dots, it says share. It shares that episode, or you can actually go to the podcast itself. You can share the podcast itself so that they can subscribe. Also, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the podcast. That's hard to say.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Especially after all the coffee, my mouth is like.
Yeah, you were jacked
dry.
up today.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm fired up all day. I'll be in bed at 6:30.
Attaboy. And we have small people rash guards available still, 135 to 170.
Somebody else asked about the bigger one. I think. Was it Chris, I think? I think it was Chris.
We got to get up with James. Get more.
It's hard to I feel like everybody's big. So
yeah,
we need a rash guard thing. Everybody's like, oh, do you have an XL? The most common size probably in jiu-jitsu. No, we do not.
Nope, we're at them. We're bad business people.
So get smaller.
We're just making so much money off this podcast.
I know. Flying off the shelves.
Also, we have BJJ Campaign T-shirts, patches. I think that's it, right? Anything else?
No. Sweatshirts.
Sweatshirt. Oh,
it's gonna be cold soon.
It is going to be cold soon.
It's going to be cold soon.
Get out there. The hoodies that are zip up hoodies, love them. They're fantastic, very comfortable. But anyway, that's about it. And folks, if you're not out there doing something to make yourself better each and every day, get out there and do it. Phil and I choose jiu-jitsu. We hope you do too.
I'm about to feed him to the sharks right now. Get him hype right now. Yeah. You know the ground is up. Yeah. Everybody that trains, you know the game. Yeah. So let's get it. Slap it up, bump it, and roll. Hey. Yeah, that's the way that it goes. Ain't no better way to better yourself in this game. You're feeling the growth. That's time on the mat. We put in the work. Believe it ain't easy, I know. But we train for the love of the game, the love of the art. Now slap it up, bump it, let's roll.